Okay, so now we're going to actually code Python for the first time. I'm going to take you through a little bit slower so that I can show you that what you've been doing in Scratch all this time is the same kind of stuff. So, first of all, I may have mentioned this before. I had to delete a video, so I may be repeating, I'm not sure. This object here is an asset, and it is also a sprite. So all sprites are types of assets in both in Scratch and in Blender and in Unity and a whole bunch of things. When you load up something in Scratch, if you load up like a big complicated Scratch program, it loads up more assets than you have sprites because every script, every image, every costume, all that stuff, those are all, let's load up this one because this looks sufficiently big. Those are all assets. There you go, assets. All those 233 assets loaded. Now that's not 233 sprites, but every sprite is one type of asset. So they have quite a few sprites, but not 233, because 233 includes all the costumes, all the sounds, all the scripts. Each one of those is an asset. Okay. In our Blender, you are given the file with the snazzy car that he had, and he made the file available. I just modified it a little bit for you guys. And this, just like a sprite can have assets, which are scripts associated with it, this car is going to have things associated with it. Okay, let's go back and look at scripting. Okay. We are going to set things up. Okay, so it wants us to create a new Python script. We already have one, but let's do another one. So in the text editor, create a new text file by pressing the new button in the header and rename it to cube move. I accidentally gave you cube move anyway, so let's create a text block. We will call it hello. Okay. And in here, we can type the text of our Python, which is just print hello world. This is just how Python does it. And if you're confused about how Python does something, look online. Just search like how to do if then else in Python, or how to do this in Python. You'll probably find it there. If not, schedule some time with me. I'll help you. I'll be doing the same thing because I'm not a Python pro. I do program in Python, but I'm not super good about it. This is a thing that really got me just a few minutes ago because I thought I didn't know what I was doing. But until you hit return, it's not done, and that script won't exit. So if you leave your cursor up there, it can go badly for the. Okay, so now we have our hello script. That is the same as over here. We have different sprites, and the different sprites have their different scripts. And this script, the car buggy, has this when clicked, forever, if touching, play pop. Okay? And so each sprite can have an associated script with it. So we need to associate this script with our car. We have the script, we need to associate it. Okay, we have to first add a sensor. So let me get back to where he says about that. Okay, he talks about a little bit about print hello, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, maybe this was in setting things up. I don't know if I did this in setting things up or not. But we needed to do the logic bricks in the game logic window with the sensors and controllers. Okay, so we have to set up the sensor. Select an object in your scene, the default cube, but in this case we have the awesome car. Okay, and in the game logic window, the game logic window is at this bottom part. This is your game logic window. Oops, sorry, wrong window. In your game logic window, add a always sensor. Always sensor is just like, so in Scratch, if I want to send something, I can click that. It only checks once if I'm touching the mouse, and it doesn't play pop because when I press the green flag, I'm not touching the car, I'm way over here. If I want it to keep checking if I'm touching the mouse, I have to put it in a forever loop, okay? So if I want my sensor to keep sensing things, I put it in a forever loop, and now it senses when I'm over there. What they call that over here, it's a sensor, and it's called the always. All right, so we needed an always. Okay, now what's the next thing? And a Python controller. So we had an always sensor and a Python controller. Okay, so here were our sensors. That's our sensors, and here are our controllers. So we're selected on the car. That's our object that's our sprite that we're working on, and we need to add a Python controller. All right. Okay. We're going to add a script, and we can pick which one. We're going to add hello to that. Okay. Connect these two by clicking on the little circle next to the sensor and dragging it to the little circle next to the controller. In the script field of the Python controller, type in or select your script. So all you're doing is dragging from here to there. You let go, it's connected, boom, you've connected it. That's just the same thing you've been doing in Scratch this whole time by dragging stuff around, making sure it was connected, boom, that's it. Looks different, but you've been doing all this stuff all the time. Okay. Connect these two, drag into the controller. In the script field, type in, okay, we selected the hello one. That's where we select the hello one. Now hover over the 3D view. So this is kind of tricky. If my mouse is over here and I press P for play, it's not going to do anything. But if my mouse is over here and I press P for play, it will do something. And he says in his tutorial he makes this mistake all the time. So I'm going to press P for play. And it's now playing. There is something, in order to see the console, oh, I'm going to escape. I'm going to escape. I need to toggle system console so that I can see the console. There is our Hello World. Blender game and engine started. Hello World, Blender game engine finished. Okay, so that happened, and I can do it again. If I hover over anywhere in this corner and I press P, it's going to start playing. And if I looked at the console, it has started and it says Hello World, and then I have to hover back over that car area again and press escape, and it stops. And if I look at my console, it has finished. All right, we have just run a Python script in Blender. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop this video for now. That's our Hello World. And so next time we're going to talk about one of the big things about using Blender is they've already done so much of the physics for you. So the next part about getting serious now is going to help you use the physics stuff. So you get to use a lot of stuff they've already programmed for you. But hey, to be fair, in Scratch, all this stuff is already programmed for you, right? This is somebody programmed how to find out if the key space was pressed. You didn't have to program that. That's called a library of functions that came with this. This also has a library of functions. In fact, it has a whole group of volunteers who are creating new ones all the time, and you get to use those. All right, so that's it for now. That's your Hello World. More soon.